I'm Dan Galushin. Welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Well, today we're back with the Crosman Mako pistol that I told you that we're going to be shooting in part 2 of the video. The first one was the overview. Well, today I'm going to show you how to load the CO2, which I pretty much already did in the first one, but this time we're actually going to load it. Now, I've already got the magazine loaded, as you can see, with the BBs. And the reason I did that is because I just didn't want you sitting here watching me pouring them into there, because what I use is like a pie plate like this, and you can hear the BBs that were left over. They kind of fall out as you're pouring them in, but those then I'll just take and load in individually into it. Anyhow, I'm using the Umarex steel BBs, by the way, and then we've got some regular oil here. This is RWS oil that we're going to put a drop of on the CO2 cartridge. And here's some Crosman CO2s. We'll get that up here, get one of them out. And then what I'm going to be doing is showing you how we're going to load this. First off, I've already got the magazine out, so we're okay. The gun is unsafe. And then now what we got to do is take this off right here. And that comes right off like that. Now you have your open area. You want to make sure that this is back far enough for the cartridge to go into. We'll put a drop of oil right up here. Get this. It's on there pretty good. There we go. I'll put a drop of oil right on the top of that. There we go. Now what that does is that helps seal that and also put some oil on down in there. Now we want to stick this in here just like this, and you can see it did not go down in completely because we're going to have to push this out so that it will come on in here. Get this is all unscrewed so that it wants to drop in, and for some reason this is actually jamming. Like I said, this is going to be the first time we've ever shot this. And that should go right in there. And it's not really going in there well. So, we'll have to see what happens there. I've got that in far enough. It's just that, there we go. You have to push it a little bit harder to get it in there. And that's a little different. Usually they drop in pretty easy. Now we're going to screw this in here. And make sure it's good and tight. And this thing flops around a little bit more in a lot of them. That's one thing I wish it would stay out. I see it stuck. I don't like that. But you want this in a safe direction too. You don't want to, even though it's not loaded. Now, hopefully that has, I did not hear it go like you normally do, which is a little different, but it is tight. So what we'll do is now we'll put these BBs in here. There we go. Put the back on. And that back before. There we go. Snapped it in. So one thing about this one, you can put this in first if you forget to, like what I did there. But anyway, this one you can still snap on, because really I should have snapped this on first before I put this in. But I didn't do that. So that was a mistake that I just made. And it shows you what you could do too. It's the first time I've been messing with this thing. I really haven't done much with it, but we are going to shoot it. It is on safe, as you can see. We're not going to shoot it until I do take it off there and we get in a safe position. So let's go set up some targets down here, and then we're going to shoot at them. All right, you can see down there that I've got a variety of cans and even a couple of my plinking blocks there. I got 2 cans set with the bottoms facing right at us to see what this will do on accuracy. I really don't know. So let's go back here to, I gotta find my lines actually, to where, oh, where do we go? Well, let's go back to 7 yards, which is normally your pistol distance. We'll see how it does with that. take the safety off, and it's a little sticky. There we go. Well, got that one. I don't know if it hit that or not. I took out several. It's hitting something. It hit one of those shooting blocks. Yeah, it hit that. And that one shot a little to the right, I think. Yeah, right. It's the blowback actually comes back. So let's take a look at some of those cans and see what it's done. Right, it looked to me like maybe, I don't know, you may have zoomed back out. This cold must be playing some tricks with this camera or something. But I'll be looking at that later. And you can still see me shooting. And I grabbed a couple of the cans that I know that I never shot before. A lot of those cans I'd already shot. This one hit pretty good in the middle where I was shooting. So that was that one shot, and it did penetrate all the way through. This one, it shot a little bit high, it looks like. I don't know why it hit up here and looked like it tried to come out over here. It hit right up here on top, tried to come out over here. So for plinking, it looks like it's going to do pretty good. It's getting a lot colder out here. I'm hoping that the CO2, you can see here, the blowback on your last round, it does come back and stay. What we're going to do is I'm going to get one of these stick-on targets. We're going to put it on one of those blocks. We're going to shoot at that and see on the accuracy itself how it works. I'm just hoping that the cold, I'm going to take this inside while I get that sticker target, because this thing is getting pretty cold. It's all metal. We got the CO2, and again, that's going to reduce it. So let me get that set up, and then we're going to shoot again. Okay, I got, as you can see, the sticker on here. We'll see how accurate this actually is. And the Coke can, I'm going to shoot it too, just for the heck of it. And I got the BBs loaded in here. I did those inside too. And I'm going to move you just a little bit, so there's going to be a little bit different. I don't want a BB coming back and hitting the lens of the camera. I think I'll go for that Coke can first. I got it. Now we'll see what it does on paper there. Well, looks like it planked it off, so let's hit one of those cans. That was the last round, so let's take a look at some of that stuff. I brought everything back up here to take a look at, and of course I was shooting it. Well, the first thing I shot at was this, and it hit pretty good on that, because it hit right in here, right in the middle where I was shooting. So that wasn't too bad. Right here, we're going to look at those, because that one can, I shot it up pretty good. This one, it's got some water on it. I pretty much splattered the block around. Some of these may be from past, I don't know, but it won't, not on the label for sure. Because right here I got one that was right in the middle. Got some over here, so they're kind of scattered around. This one, oops, dropped my oil. This one, I shot it up pretty good. You can see it's dented up. I shot this can. I don't really know, you may not even have seen that, because I was shooting it off to the side of probably where I had it zoomed in. I'm not sure. And then, you know, I had the ones that were hooked onto those targets that were sticking out like that. So I decided to shoot at the bottom of this. and I hit it pretty good. There's two that went right through, and they evidently deflected and come out the sides here or something. I don't know. No, they may be inside of there. Anyway, they hit right there, and I've got them here. You can see where they dented around there. So I was hitting the bottom of that can. There was no doubt about that. So accuracy-wise, especially for plinking, which most of the times what you're doing with a BB gun like that, it wasn't too bad. Now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to load this again. We're going to go back further. We're going to see what it does at a little bit further distance on just plinking away. Okay, we're back here at 10 yards now, and I'm just going to plink away and see what we can find here. I don't think you can see that bottom can that's sitting down there, so I'm not even going to shoot at that. We're just going to shoot at some of the others. Well, I hit it. Got that one for sure. I'm hitting them. Some of them have got ice in them, so they're not going anywhere. I don't know why that block went over. Didn't even shoot at it. I can hear them hitting. That was the last one. So by golly, there were a lot of good hits down here. I'm going to get some cans just to see if we can see some of what we hit. All right. Tore them up pretty good, actually, because I picked up a couple of them that were shooting at up there. One of them that had knocked over, and that one, I'm sure that was hitting in the center on that. It just really tore that up. And this one, definitely. I mean, look at how that was the one I was shooting at quite a bit because it was going nowhere. And finally, I think I did knock, or maybe it was still up there, I don't know. But there's a lot of shots into that thing. And so that was at 10 yards. That wasn't too bad for an air pistol like that, 425 feet per second. But it's definitely going down because of the cold, for one thing. And another thing, we've used it up. Now, we haven't used up that cartridge yet. And I was going to mention that. We have so far fired 60 rounds. And there's still CO2 in it. As you can see, the blowback definitely blows back that final round, so you have to hit that to let it go forward. We got more CO2 in it, and I'm going to shoot some rounds, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you just how many rounds we did shoot out of this single cartridge. Well, so far we've fired 120 rounds on this single CO2 cartridge, and I think it's starting to run a little bit low, and we're going to find out now. Here's another 20 rounds. I'm not sure it blew it all back, because that, I think, was 20 rounds out of here. Yeah. Didn't have enough to bring the blow back, but we fired another 20, so that's 140 rounds so far. I'm going to set that target back up. We're going to load it with another 20 and see if we can make it another 20. Alright, here's another 20 rounds, and I really don't think it's going to, you can see I straightened the target back up too. And I don't really think it'll make it through these, but we'll see. Nope, it's not making it. So there's not too many left in it. Let's see. I probably got about about 9 left in that magazine. So that was 11 more, and that was a good 140, I guess, right around that, somewhere in there. And well, anyway, I'm going to get that. We're going to take a look at what its last firing was like, and then we'll get out of here. As you can see, towards the end, it didn't redo all that bad. A lot of the shots were off camera, and I didn't bring it in until towards the end. So we can probably say that in this colder weather, and again, it's done pretty good. I mean, in here, it's done a lot of it out here too, and it started going down a lot lower once we started running out of the CO2. Now, I didn't run it out completely, but you could see she wasn't making it because it was going down, even hitting that steel hanger that I've got for the AR-500 target. So it was definitely losing its punch. And in cold weather, because it's cold right now, so that CO2 cartridge isn't going to last quite as long. And it lasted for right around 140 rounds. That's not really too bad. In warm weather, what's it going to do? Now, we got one more thing we're going to do, but not today. Probably on a little bit warmer day. And you may remember the old rocket shot that is put out by Daisy, and it shoots the can into the air. We fired some rounds at that. I can't remember. Oh, I think we used that Gamma that we were shooting with. And that did pretty good with that, where you'd fire it at the target, and then you'd release the can, and you'd shoot the can in the air. We're going to try that with this gun, because I really think this gun could work for that pretty well. It's got enough accuracy, and especially for plinking, that I really think you could probably fire that at that and then hit it in the air like we did with that other one. That's a lot of fun shooting that rocket shot, and I think this gun's going to be a lot of fun to do it with too. Again, this is the Crosman Mako, and I don't know, it's not too bad. Like I told you in the overview, and I know everybody always asks, well, what's one of these cost? It's a little bit on the pricey side at retail, because that's right around $71, but you can find them for probably around 50, maybe even less on a sale. Like when I got this one, I think I got it for about 40. So just look around on them. You don't have to grab one at retail price necessarily, but it's not too bad of a shooter. We hit a lot of good stuff. Really tore up the center on some of these targets. It did pretty doggone good on that one where I put the sticker on, and we were just seeing how many rounds it would go through. So that's not too bad. It's got a velocity of 425 feet, like we'd said in the overview. And naturally that goes down as the CO2 runs out. So not too bad of a gun. I see I have not put the safety on. I'll show you again where that safety is. It's over here like this. It is a little bit tight coming back and forth, but there, the safety is now on. When you pull it back, which again is kind of hard, that's the fire position, and then we'll put it on safety now. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.